What's going on YouTube? It's Breaking Back and thank you for joining me. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but that's because if you don't know, I'm trying to do this without my family finding out just yet. And by that I mean my wife and kids. And it's winter break right now. And where I live, that means 2 weeks off. You know, typically one for Christmas, one for the New Year. So we actually go back to school, or they go back to school in a couple days, and then I can get back to normal. But until then, I've been trying to sneak what I can, and it's been pretty difficult, but I'm up early this morning, like I've been, and I'm finally going to use these molds I got for Christmas. One of my brothers and his girlfriend got them for me, and I'm very grateful. Shout out them. So I figured the first things I'll make will be for him and his girlfriend. He likes gaming. I'm not sure how many board games he plays. I know he's a big computer gamer, so I'll probably make maybe a 20-sided die for him. And then we'll go ahead and make some keyboard keys. That's what these are. I think I'm going to have to pre-fill these with some UV and cure them off, just to make sure that these actually mold out. Otherwise, the keys won't actually clip onto the keyboard. And I'm fairly certain I have to get these centered, otherwise the key will be too far off either way, and it's just going to get wedged or pushed down the key next to it. So I'm a little nervous. I'm not a fan of two-part molds just because I tend to mess things up, and that's more things to mess up. So we'll see how it goes. But I will be making some keyboard keys and probably one of these. Obviously this is a two-part mold as well, so they did idiot proof it for me with the tabs right here so you know which way it goes, but I don't know, man. I know I messed something up. But we got, oh, look at those little paw print keys. I personally won't be using these, but I'm sure I'll make some. We've got the normal keys, like shift and tab, all that, space bar. And then we got this weird one right here. Makes a little textured key with, I don't know, bubbles in it. It's got its own little cap. This one looks a little easier because I'm guessing it centers itself, or at least I hope it does. And then it's got the air holes to release when I put the lid on. So this one, I'm definitely gonna do this one in this video. We'll probably attack one of these. I'm worried about doing the space bar. I mean, if you can see, it's kind of a little warped there. So that's not gonna be a good start for me. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything ready, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I think what we're gonna do is this. We'll probably do this whole mold and then just the 20-sided die out of this. Boop. I foresee a lot of air bubbles in this bad boy, but we'll try to get them out. I have no idea how I'm going to color this beforehand. I mean, as far as making the numbers stand out, I might have to go in with something afterwards. But I don't know, I've never done it before. And then I can't stop, I mean, I'm trying to imagine what this is gonna look like, and I can't stop just picturing me. It's gonna look like I tried to make a keyboard key and left a bunch of air bubbles in it. So I don't know. I might just mix in a random pigment color in there and pop one out real quick just to kind of gauge what I'm supposed to do with this. But we'll see. I think we'll start with this. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'll pick out a color and we'll get going. Alright, I think I'm just gonna I'll fill this up, mix in just the smallest amount of black and see if I can kind of swirl in a little something there in the middle, make it look like it's suspended in clear resin. And then I don't know if after the fact I'd be able to maybe take this out, slide it into this mold. I don't know if they're the same size. And then I can fill those voids with a different color. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. But first things first, I'm gonna get this filled up and we'll get that cured off. I think if I leave a little mound kind of poking out, it might give it a better surface to adhere to this when I can connect the two. So I'm gonna try and go for that. See how much we can get down in there. can't see down in there. I'm just gonna poke around. Okay, pause. We'll see if we can get those air bubbles out. Maybe I can torch them out. Don't want to torch it too much because I learned the hard way early on that if you torch your mold too much, it like fuses the resin to it. And usually you can't get it off without ripping the mold. Or at least I couldn't. Man, I just feel like there's a bunch of air bubbles down in there. And I know that's not going to be good if I want this thing to work. Yeah, come on, get out of there. Look at him, he's like, oh, I want to pop. Man, they're coming up and sucking back in. Am I just making more air bubbles? Tune in next time. Wait a minute. I can burn my fingers and pop the bubbles at the same time. There we go. That should be good. Oh wait, there's some rising up. Man, I can't tell. I'll put a little bit more on top. And we'll get that under the light. And then, like I said, this one, I'll just fill it up with clear. We'll add a dab of, what is this, graphite? Graphite black mica powder right to the center. Then hopefully I can kind of swirl it around. I want it to kind of look like a wisp of smoke or something. But we'll see. We'll see if I can get that effect or not. All right, the light's off. It should be cured. It's not a big amount. It's not too deep. So yeah, it should be sealed off. I definitely, oh man, there's some air bubbles in there. Hopefully there's enough of that little cross structure to grip onto my keyboard. I think it should be fine, but we'll find out. Like I said, I haven't done this before. So we will find out together. Yeah, let's just go for it. I'm wondering if I should do layers though. Might help with the air bubbles, although this thing seems to be made to look like it's full of air bubbles. So I'm not sure. Don't want to go all the way up, I know, or I'm guessing, because that's going to displace a lot of it. In fact, I think I put too much already. I'm going to squeeze this, suck some back up. All right, hopefully that's enough, but if not, if I don't see any squeeze out from these holes, I'm guessing I can just add some from there. So let's go ahead and see if I can pick out some of these air bubbles. And we can add our pigment. Hey, I got it to the surface. Let's go. Where'd you go? I think I got it. All right, I took out more resin than I'd like, getting those bubbles. We'll add a little more slowly. Hopefully I don't get another bubble in there. So I'll go ahead and get a little bit of this stuck to the tip. And, oh, dang it, I've already messed it up. See if we can get a little tornado going down. Or a cyclone, I guess, I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist. All right, we'll see what that looks like. I'm guessing it's gonna look like swirled hot garbage with bubbles on the side. Let's get this on. Make sure there's some squeeze out. Oh yeah, I definitely put too much. Try and get that flush on all the edges. Now, I know there's nothing exposed directly to the light, but I have found that it does penetrate through these molds. So we just might have to do it a little longer than usual. All right, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. We'll kick off the top for a couple minutes, flip it. Maybe I'll do the edges too. We'll find out. All right, that sat on this side for 2.5 minutes. I'm hoping that was enough to get this piece locked in. Hopefully I'm not destroying it right now. Looks like it's coming out. All right, so we have a little bit of cureage right there. Looks like we got enough of that post. Definitely some air bubbles down there. I'm gonna cure this off again, and then I'll probably flip the mold, or maybe, ooh, holy cow. Look at that big air bubble. Oh well, it'll fit in with the other artificial ones, I guess. So I'll flip it over and cure it from this side as well. Hopefully we can get it enough to where we pop it out and give it a final cure outside of the mold. But you can see how liquid that still is. Dang, it's like a little fish tank or a lava lamp. All right, let's get this cured off. Whip! Let's give it a little flip. And we're gonna go for the 2.5 minutes. All right, that cure is done. We can see that bubble not moving around anymore. I am still worried about the sides though. But I feel like this was clear enough to let enough light through. I say we go for it. I'm gonna cure it again, but let's just see. Well, let me squish it a little bit. Got any movement? Nah, there's no movement. We got this. A moment of truth. See our bubbly mess? That is murky. Holy cow. All right, let's get this cured off. Yeah, that's still bendy. Holy air bubbles, Batman. Those did not want, excuse me. Those did not want to escape, did they? All right, let's get it cured off. Gosh, sorry. Yabba dabba doo. All right. So I'm not sure why it's so murky. I wonder if there's not a smooth enough finish on the mold or something, or if I just did something wrong. But we'll get these pieces broken off. Let's see if they come off easy. If not, I got the needle nose right here. Okay, I get that sanded down flat. Guess I should have paid attention. It's a little angled. That probably means something. I was just gonna throw this on my escape key, see if it fits. But I'm gonna get this sanded down real quick, and we'll see if we can get it on. Actually, you know what? I forgot I wanted to. I'm not sure how much of this is actually supposed to come off. You can see that little lip right here. I don't know if it's supposed to come off there, but I was gonna see if this fits in one of these. And it does. I wonder. If I can, man, I don't know. I'm wondering if I can fill this up, pop that in there, cure it off, and then have a smooth outer finish. But I feel like these are just gonna trap all the air bubbles if I do that. Man, what is the point of this mold? Oh, I should have done yellow or something. Or white. Made it look like Swiss cheese. A little cheddar escape key. Cheddar mo better. Alright, we're going to move on from this. Yeah, you know what? I might need to make a cheese key. That's about all I can see when I look at this. This cheese, man. Alright, we're coming back to the cheese key. Don't let me forget. And I want to test fit that. Alright, let's move on. I guess we can try our hand at these keys since we're on the key subject. Let's see. I'm a sucker for the galaxy colors, you know. And to me, that's like white, black, deep purple, deep blue. So I think I'm going to go with that. We'll try to get little swirls going on in there. We'll get these topped off with the UV resin and get it cured so they're ready to go. Seemed to work out well enough on this one. So we'll try it again. Man, cheese key. Anyways, let's get these filled up. And then we'll get our colors sorted out. This is where some less viscous, I don't know, some runnier stuff would come in handy. I like how goopy this stuff is when you're using it to make other things, because it doesn't run, especially when you're trying to do that little bubble effect on the back. It'll keep that surface tension instead of spilling over usually. But right now, I kind of wish it was more runny. I feel like that would help out a lot in this situation. We'll get these topped off, we'll get them cured, and we'll get them set aside. Maybe that's not an air bubble. It's just a little swirl of the black mica powder. 60 seconds. Alright, that's done. We'll set that aside. I got my colors here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a thin layer on the bottoms, which will actually be the tops, of just clear resin, and I think that might add a little bit of depth to these. And then, you know, I'll cure it off, and then we'll do the rest of our pour, mix our colors in, swirl them around. Just all experimentations at this point. Oh, there's a little fuzz in there. Should we keep it? You get one chance. Okay, I think he's staying, and that was 3 chances. I'm gonna get it out. I'm committed at this point. Get out of there. All right. See if I can get these real quick with the torch without ruining my mold. Let's get these cured off. All right, we got that first clear layer cured off. Now we'll go ahead and top these off and get the pigments mixed in. Hopefully I didn't go too high up to where these, nah, it should be good. I'm hoping those are high enough. Trying to level them out about the same each. Guessing there's gonna be some overspill when I put that backing on, but you know, we're trying here. All right, let's get, so this bigger one, obviously I can use a little bit more pigment, but this is a small amount of resin. You don't want to go overboard, especially with UV resin. There's a percentage you're supposed to stay under. I can't remember. You don't want to go like more than 2%. I don't know. Oh, look at that big bubble. Come on, man. Dude invited his friends. Hope this mica powder's not flammable. I get so bored not listening to music. I guess I could have my headphones on. But like, I'm not trying to get copyrights and all that. I tried to put music in one of my freaking videos, man. One of them. Specifically look up copyright free. And the second it uploads, it tells me it's copywritten. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that again. Maybe I'll just start singing my own songs. Maybe, one day. I see you, man. What's going on? Where'd you come from? All right, let's get these swirled up. I think usually I do like one color at a time and then mix them, but I think I'm just gonna go ham. Get some swirls over here. Oh yeah. Although see, when I do it this way, it makes more of a single color than 3 colors mixed together. But I kind of got to commit now, don't I? Can't have them not matching. Not to mention I stacked them all on top of each other for the most part. Whoops. You live, you learn, and then you get loves. That's a good commercial, I guess. Haven't heard it in quite a bit. Man, I just made purple slop. Okay. That's fine. We're fine. We're not panicking. You're panicking. Man, it was windy earlier. It must have stopped just before I started recording because I was like, man, this is gonna ruin my audio. But it stopped. All I can hear is the traffic. Looking for my chapstick. And there's a siren. Wow, I'm deaf. Oh, shucks. That's the freaking recycling. I'll be right back. Shoot. I forget they come so early. Trash doesn't come till like 1 p.m. This guy's out here at almost 6 o'clock. I'll be right back. All right, got it down. He was actually a couple streets over, so I still had a couple minutes. I kind of panicked for nothing. But where I live, the recycling comes every 2 weeks, which is weird. Not how it was when I grew up. It was every week. Trash came every week. Trash comes every week, but the recycling every other week. Sometimes we don't even have any recycling, but sometimes it's full 2 days after it came, and we struggle. But let's go ahead and get these on. I'm gonna try and center them as best as possible. These ones kind of don't lock into place like this or this one did. We're gonna do our best. Oh, look at that extra mica powder. She gone. All right, let's get this centered around here. I think that's enough. We'll see how much it bubbles up when I place these in. Oh yeah, there's gonna be overflow. Try to center these as best as possible. That looks good to me. Maybe this way a little bit. I think that's good. All right, let's kick it off. We're going 2.5 minutes again. If I know math, and that's what 150 seconds is. I don't know. Or maybe I do know. All right, the light went off. I'm debating if I should hit it again. Or if I think these posts will come out. Let's give it a try. That was 2.5 minutes. Again, if my math's correct. We'll try this one first. How about that? Post. Ooh, I'm putting that back on. That felt a little gummy. Can I put that back on? Can I have your number? Oh, come on, man. The think what I need to do. Oh, shucks. See that bubbling out? Whoopsies. I'm going to hit it again, and then I'm going to flip it and hit it. All right, so I flipped it, ran it for another 2.5 minute cycle. I can see I caused some separation, or maybe even an air bubble, by checking too early. But I feel like I should be at least able to release these posts at this point in time. And we'll give it another go. That's the one we already had out. Ooh. Okay. Got some air bubbles. A little stickiness. Ah, that one's jacked. We'll get these cured off from the back side now that they're exposed. Let's go full. Never go full. Okay, the moment of truth. Maybe? Don't know. I mean, nothing to it but to do it. Let's pop these bad boys out. I got a lot of flash to trim off. Man alive. Oh no, I'm having flashbacks to when I was talking about just earlier, I believe, when I torched my molds and they stuck. It's kind of reminiscent of what's going on right now. Oof. I have mold release, but I dropped it a while back and the little spray cap kind of disappeared. Haven't seen it since. But I might have to yoink one from a different bottle. Start using that again. All right, we got one out. Oh, these are connected. Okay. Ooh, big air bubble there. I'm not too upset by these. And they will be backlit with red, but I think I'm going to cure these off a final time before I try to snap all the pieces off. Let's check out this one. Another air bubble right there on the corner, or the edge rather. But I like it. So far, so decent. Got some stickage right there. Whoops. I relied a little bit too much on my torch. Still tacky, getting some fingerprints on them. Nice. Last one. Yup. Got some stickage. Try not to rip the mold. Let's get this side out first. Maybe we can peel it. Oh wow, that's even stuck on the edge. I made a boo-boo. Whoops. Definitely gonna have to mold release this one next. Next time I use it. Oh shucks, took a little chunkers out of it. Oh well. Let's get these cured off and we can get them cleaned up a little bit. Jeez. Looks like I'm some makeup artist at a certain kind of dance club. All right, those are fully cured, excuse me, I believe. Ooh, there we go. Let's see. Got some needle nose, y'all. If you don't know, it's a good way to get like extra flash off the edge of things when you pop them out of molds, as long as it's not too thick. I'm gonna hit those with some sandpaper later. We'll get these cleaned up and then we will take a look at them a little closer. I guess if you haven't clipped your nails in a while, you can just do that. There's our bit of the mold that ripped off. Whoops. My bad. Alright, this one's got some chunky pieces. I didn't even realize, I should have thought about it because I filled them all to the same level. But this had three of these worth to displace. So I should have filled it a little less than the other ones, not the same amount. But I don't really plan ahead too well. You know what I mean? Alright, there we go. Okay, we got them cleaned up for the most part. Giving birth, don't mind me. This one's got quite a bit of pitting on the side. Whoops. I think this is the one I pulled a little too early. Yeah, it's got that, oh gosh, that bubble wrap, you know. But I like them. At the end of the video, I'll put these all on my keyboard and we'll see how they look backlit. But I'm actually running out of time. This took way longer than I thought. And I'm kind of in that zone where my kids could wake up at any moment. And I don't want to be in the middle of something and not be able to finish it. Yeah, I'll have to do this next time. But I think I'll just make it its own video and I'll definitely do more than one of them. I was just going to do the 20-sided one, but maybe I'll knock out a normal one too. My wife, kids, and I, we play a lot of games, and some of those games do involve dice, so maybe I can make our own personalized Yahtzee set. We'll see. Who knows? But I got these made. I got this weird one made. In fact, cheese. I had to do it, man. Look at that. It totally looks like cheese. I got a cheese escape key. Look at that. Oof. Cheddar Mopeda. I'm not showing you this side because, fudge. Anyways, I'm not going to be giving these ones to my brother because they're a first run and there's plenty of flaws in them. But I did learn some helpful tips on how to do it next time. And I might try something different. I do like doing a thin layer like I did on these and curing it first. That just ensures that, you know, this side that's against the mold is done when I go to pop it out. But I know I can't go too thick. I gotta figure out how thick I can go without obstructing the depth of these things right here. But, you know, that's not, I should be able to go about halfway. So yeah, next time I'm gonna definitely do that again. We'll do the top layer first. And then I think I did it right by doing the posts separately because they turned out great for the most part. The cheese key did not. Holy cow, I jacked that one up. But overall, I'm happy with it. That was fun. Like I said, I learned some things. And I will be doing these bad boys next. So look forward to that video. I'll catch you guys next time. And I hope everybody's having a great start to their new year. Peace out.